Gonna take a little bit of a road trip, go check out some other stuff. Be a little bit of an adventure. It's a couple hours away at least, so see you in a bit. All right, so we went and did that thing and bought some things. These things are, whew, oh my gosh. And then also this thing, it'll also be, oh my gosh, hopefully here soon, but wow. This one right here has pretty much had a full restoration done on it. It's kind of hard to start at the moment, but I'm gonna be cleaning the carb on this thing, take the plug out, clean the plug up, and there's some little odds and ends that we want to do to it. Like I said, it had pretty much a complete restoration, but it does have this FMF shorty pipe or whatever on there, and really rather prefer to have that original exhaust back on this one. Keep it in original OE spec, or pretty close to it. And then this one here, it's got, the guy said it was a parts bike, her run and ride anyway. And then you see this one's just got a number plate. If you look here, it's got a high-low switch for the light. And if you look on this one, it's got the light and no high-low switch. So we may be putting that high-low beam switch onto this one at some point in time. And also, we believe that is an early RM model seat there. Somebody just painted the original side panels on it. This one has been wrecked at some point in time. They broke the front brake lever there, and then also these bars are actually bent a little bit, so it feels kind of weird while you're riding it. But both run and ride. Picked them up for pretty freaking good price, but yeah, these are PE 250s. But anyway, yeah, these things freaking awesome. I've got a little bit of video of me riding them, or my dad got some video of me riding both of them. And this one definitely needs a carburetor cleaned on it. It's, like low to mid-range RPM. It kind of cuts out a little bit, does some funky stuff. This one it's pretty freaking mint. I mean, there's some like sun fading and stuff on the plastics, but it runs good. Like I said, it takes a little bit longer for this one to kickstart. I believe it's just carb issue. And then that one, whenever I tried to start it, it was 3 kicks and it started right up. So yeah, really not so much of projects as they are. Hey, brown recluse, man, he's dead now. But anyway, that one's not much of a project, really. Just needs some minor things done to it. This one needs a little bit more work for sure. It's got some dry rotting on this front tire. You can see there, it's pretty bad. It's kind of a shame because it's pretty much a new tire. It just dry rotted and probably sat for quite a while. Possibly getting new side panels or painting those ones, not too sure yet. It'd be cool to get a headlight for this one also, but I really don't mind having a number plate, even though it is off color from the rest of the bike. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and try to start these things up again for you guys, and I may take them on a little bit of a rip. You can see some bike tire trails already going through there, because like I said, I've already rode them both. And yeah, just want to start them up for you guys, let you check them all out and everything, hear what they sound like, all that good stuff. And this one right here is quite the smoker, I must say, and I believe I know why. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of oil in the exhaust pipe. Probably gonna have to take that off there, clean it out real good, and go from there with that. But this one doesn't smoke too bad. I mean, it's gonna smoke some obviously because it's a 2-stroke, but yeah, let's get these things started up, take them for a little bit of rip, and let you hear what they sound like. Just want to say real quick, float is definitely sticking on this bike, so it is leaking some out of the overflow tube there. Let's see how easily it starts up for us this time. Yeah, so you probably heard that stuttering and stuff, low, mid-range RPM. God dang, she's a smoker. Woo-wee. Smoked out the freaking shop. But anyway, let's get this other one started up here. And let's also not forget to turn off the fuel on the parts bike. See if we can get this one started up. This one runs quite a bit better, but definitely still gonna go through carburetor and everything on them. Both. This one has a little bit shorter of a kickstart or kickstand on it also. That was, but let's take this one for a rip too. Oh, we're gonna have to start it back up. Two strokes every time. Oh my gosh, I love them. Anyway, these are some of the new bikes for the channel, and that one definitely a work in progress. It needs some stuff done to it for sure. Stator source coil gonna have to be swapped out on that one, and we're probably gonna go ahead and just rebuild that thing, rebuild the top end on it, new piston rings, possibly jug, or maybe just do like a ball hone on that jug or something. Not too sure yet, but yeah, these things, whew, fun. All right, so I didn't record it. I wasn't even thinking about it, but me and my buddy Cash went ahead and took the carb off this thing, cleaned it out. There was a bunch of varnished fuel and stuff in there, and I actually put the floats back together, or the lever for the float back together wrong whenever I'd put it back in there. It's kind of a weird setup on these carbs. I'd never seen it set up like that before, but there's two pins on either side that the floats slide on, and they push a lever up to stop the flow. And yeah, it's a pretty weird setup, to be honest. I've never seen it like that before, like I said, but I've also never really worked on older bikes before. And yeah, it man, I wish I was recording whenever I took it on a test ride after cleaning the carb on it. See, it was leaking some fuel out of the overflow still. I think I've got it good now. I'm gonna go ahead and start it up for you guys. Get that overflow down like it's supposed to be. But go ahead and start it up for you guys. But yeah, this throttle cable, pretty sure it's the wrong one. It doesn't loop around like it should, so that it only twists one way. So probably have to get a longer throttle cable for it at some point in time. Let's see. Get this truck down here. fuel was off. Still some fuel in the bowl though, but at any rate, she's not as bad of a smoker anymore. She's a whole different freaking bike. This thing is, whew, it's crazy fast. It's fast. I like it. But anyway, you can see where it was still leaking out of the overflow a little bit, and it's not doing it anymore anyway, so I guess it's fixed. I don't see a bunch of fuel in the overflow right now. Let's go ahead and turn the fuel back on and see if it just starts spilling out of there or not. Nope. So yeah, that's fixed. But anyway, whew, this thing is a freaking ripper. But I think I said in one of my previous cuts of the video that was going to be the end of the video. Alright, so carburetor has been tuned on the parts bike a little bit. I may need to adjust the needle jet just a little bit on that thing still. My dad cleaned this thing up pretty good, and it's looking a whole lot better than what it did before. We're going to try out using some cutting compound and stuff on the fenders and everything on this one. I already used a little bit right there. You can see where it's nice and shiny. But anyway, we tried it on this bike's back fender where it's really sun faded and stuff back here. And when it shined it up real good, of course, it's cutting compound, but really didn't bring out the color or anything. So I may end up doing some wet sanding on that back fender to see if that livens up the color at all. I mean, it's probably just faded, and won't come back, but we'll see. And anyway, yeah, I'm gonna take this thing for a little bit of a rip, and hope you enjoy it. Now, this is going to be the end of the video, and Next video, I'll be just going through the carb on this one. I'll show you guys what the carb looks like, the floats and setup and everything. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.